Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we're here to nourish our souls. I'm Norah, the host of this program, thoughts by Joanna de Angelis and Divaldo Franco, through this amazing, book, friends. There it is. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Every lesson here is truly transformational. We do the work. We're good hands, friends. So today's message, just kind of, let's think of a question to get us into the lesson. Why is life so hard sometimes, right? Especially now. I bet a lot of us are asking ourselves that question. Why do people, especially the kindest people, right, face pain, loss, heartbreak? But we know that that's not punishment, it's preparation. And that gets us into today's message. So Joanna and Divaldo say, Earth is a blessed school where we learn life's highest values. So no one passes through this world without experiencing the deep scars left by suffering. So friends, we're not here on earth by accident. We're here to learn how to love deeper, forgive more freely, walk with compassion, even when our path hurts. And just like a student doesn't always understand the lesson initially, it might take some time, right? We often don't understand that our trials until growth blooms from them. So the scars we carry, they're not signs of weaknesses. They're proof that we've survived the class after class in the school of life, and we have trusted God enough to keep on going. So friends, we're going back to school soon. And sometimes some of these lessons, that maybe some of your children, they come home and say, oh, this is a really hard class. This is a hard lesson, right? And just like that in our life, there are going to be classes like that, lessons that are extremely difficult, but they're not signs that we're weak, right? It's a sign to help us learn that sometimes we don't understand that our trials until growth blooms from them. So once maybe a student, or son or daughter, they learn a lesson, they come home, I got it. And then they understood the lesson, friends. So now in the Gospel according to Spiritism, all chapter 5, right? Blessed are the afflicted. It's a beautiful, beautiful chapter. We start to see that the afflictions are trials that lead us to perfection. The more painful the trial, the greater the reward. So Spiritism teaches us that suffering is not eternal. It's educational. Through each painful experience, our spirit advances, right? So earth is not a place of rest. It really isn't. It's really a place of refinement. Time after time, we are reminded of Spiritism. We see that in chapter 5, right? But each tear waters the garden of our soul. And that is such a beautiful lesson for us. Now, in Romans chapter 5, verses 3 and 4, we are reminded, we glorify in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. Even Jesus, our divine guide, did not avoid suffering. Instead, he transformed it, right? He trusted the Father even through the agony of that cross. And from that trust came redemption for all of us, dear friends. So the closing thought for today is that those scars of suffering are not meant to break us. They shape us, they refine us, they transform us. So earth is a sacred school, and every day with trust in God, we get a little closer and closer to graduation. So let's keep on going. And we know, you know what, friends? Sometimes we're so hard on each other. We're the hardest critics on ourselves, the hardest students. I'm telling you, I tell the kids, okay, you all are going to grade your own lesson, and they are so hard on themselves. I say, you see, you're much harder on yourself. But in this universal classroom, let's remember, friends, to show grace just the way God shows grace to us. Let's learn to show grace and keep saying to ourselves, I'm doing much better than I think, right? And we keep saying that, and we keep believing it, and we start to study our lives and bring in awareness, because that's the classroom of life. We constantly have to look at every lesson and see what we learn, what we can do better. And they all, right? They work with each other. Okay, so it's a synthesis, it's a symbiotic connection, everything together, friends. So in this beautiful, beautiful manifestation and visualization, let us imagine ourselves in the classroom of life, like Joanna and Divaldo tell us. And friends, after the video, don't forget to tune in to other programs here at Kardec Radio, where we're always nourishing our souls. And let us remember that we are loved, friends. Enjoy the little visualization. Bye, dear friends.